Five Nights at Freddy's, an indie horror game created in 2014 by Click Team connoisseur Scott Cawthon. The game was met with instant praise for its unique gameplay loop and haunting ambience that captivated those who played it, and those who watched others play it too, which, to be blunt, is probably for most people. Luckily, after the success of FNAF 1, Scott made another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and then retired. 7 games, 4 years, 1 man, plus voice actors and composers, but still. After donations towards a certain political party came out, Scott retired from the franchise and gave the IP to Steel Wolf Studios. Ever since then, Steel Wolf Studios has released 4 games, 5 if you count Ruin, with the latest release as of this video being Secret of the Mimic. Toys, shirts, merchandise, collaborations, movies, books, you name it, FNAF has probably done it. And to this day, even 11 years later, we're still talking about FNAF like never before. It's beautiful to see that. Whether you're new to the franchise or an experienced veteran, FNAF welcomes you with open arms. On the other hand, The Analyst is a YouTube channel comprising of those every blank explained in blank minute videos. Their type of videos consist of the white background and very simple clip art designs with a boring narrator plainly explaining the subjects of that video. Sprinkled in is dry humor that varies from "what a creepy thing" to implying questionable tan lines on children.
But the siblings vanished without a trace, instead of returning home with sandy towels and questionable tan lines.
The video's main subject is mostly creepy and spooky things like serial killers, banned books, and evil government figures. So to my surprise, I see a video recommended to me titled "Every FNAF Monster Explained in 15 Minutes" with a thumbnail consisting of the more popular animatronics from the franchise. I got intrigued since up until that point, I had only watched one other video by The Analyst which had the questionable tan line joke. So I click on the video. And about halfway through, I start taking notes, and not in the good way. To make it easier on y'all, I split each problem I have with the video into different sections. So if you don't want to watch a certain section, skip that one and go to a different one, buddy. It's all right, I understand. Anyway, where do I begin? Part 1, gameplay. Ooh. Let's get the easy one out of the way. The Analyst gets a lot of the gameplay of certain animatronics wrong. For example, Freddy Fazbear.
He doesn't chase you, but he waits. Then, when your power runs out, the jingle starts. Soft, slow, impossible to stop. You check the lights, nothing. Then bam, those glowing eyes, that frozen smile, and your screen goes black. Freddy hangs back like he's on a break, then shows up the second you let your guard down.
Freddy in FNAF 1 moves every 3 seconds, indicated by a laugh. Most of the time, Freddy has 5 ways of moving before he's at your door, insisting you close the right door. If the power goes out, Freddy stalls you out by playing a music box rendition of the Toreador March until all lights go out. Then you die by Freddy. The Analyst only describes Freddy's one and only mechanic as the power outage, completely ignoring Freddy literally can kill you during the night. Next is Balloon Boy.
He doesn't chase you through vents or scream in your face. Instead, he tiptoes into your office, chirps out a cheerful "hi" or "hello."
Here in reality, aka FNAF 2, where Balloon Boy is from, his mechanic is crawling through the vents and trying to get into your office and essentially grab your batteries, preventing you from shining your flashlight and preventing Foxy from getting in your room. To prevent this, you put on the Freddy mask provided and wait to hear him scurry away in the vents. After this section, the Analyst doesn't even really attempt to discuss any more mechanics unless very simple discussions that literally no one could get wrong, except sometimes he still gets them wrong. In the Funtime Foxy section, they discuss putting Funtime Foxy together as if it takes place in the game like a repair game.
But their most terrifying moment comes when you're forced to open their body. You're poking around in a live animatronic wired like a bomb. Miss the timing by a second, and their chest snaps shut with enough force to crush steel, and your skull along with it.
What they might be referring to is the Funtime Freddy's repair in sister location, or the Circus Baby repair in sister location. So that leads to the obvious question. Why Funtime Foxy? Why just make up that Funtime Foxy had a repair game in the game? To be honest, I really don't know, and we're moving on. Part 2. The lore. Honestly, the lore presented isn't really all bad. For example, the analyst gets each kid stuffed in each animatronic right, and they get the whole story of Ennard essentially correct. However, what they get right doesn't shock me as much as what they get wrong. Firstly, the model of Freddy is wrong. This is Rockstar Freddy from FNAF 6. I bring this up because they use this model to describe Freddy's mechanic in FNAF 1 and the suit that has a dead kid in it, like in FNAF 1.
Hiding a rotting secret behind that smile. Inside Freddy's suit is the spirit of Gabriel, one of the original missing kids murdered by William Afton.
Secondly, they half-assed the lore of Springtrap. Springtrap is an interesting character on their own since there is a living person inside of it, aka William Afton. He only got into this mess because while dismantling the OG animatronics, the spirits of the dead kids chase William down. In an act of desperation, he throws on the suit to scare them, only to be crushed shortly after when the spring-locked suit crushes him inside. Afton was determined on not dying, so he didn't. And so 30 years later, while stuck in the back room of the FNAF 1 location, some people found him and made him the main attraction at Fazbear Frights. In FNAF 3, you play as Michael Afton while trying to find his father, and lo and behold, your father is here, but he is seeking vengeance, allegedly, of his other son, essentially blah blah blah. Springtrap lore is complicated, and so attempting to condense it into a minute isn't going to go well and sounds pretty sloppy. Next is Nightmare Fredbear, or as the analyst spells it, Fradbear. Fredbear with an A.
Nightmare Fredbear. We could go one by one through every Nightmare animatronic, breaking down how terrifying they are, but Nightmare Fredbear still might be the most terrifying one of them all.
3 of the 4 animatronics on this screen are not nightmares.
Those Nightmare animatronics are Funtime Foxy, Rockstar Foxy, and Dreadbear. Also, I'm assuming that Fredbear is spelt like that because Dreadbear is spelt with an A and sounds close to Fredbear, even though if you looked anywhere for Nightmare Fredbear, it would show it being spelt the correct way. Now, to be fair, this would be pretty bad, but it's not all bad. It looks like it's just, there are sections in the video that I haven't even talked about that don't do this and are pretty good. So why am I making this video?
Here's why. Part 3, the art. It's so bad.
This is the main reason I made this video. See, most of the art in this video is stolen from other sources, while the other pieces of art don't even get credited. Let's start with the art made for this specific video. From what I could tell, there are 3 or 4 different artists that have worked on this video. I could tell because of the narrator's design. See? Oh, you can't tell? These 3 narrator designs are from the same video, the FNAF video, but notice how they all vary in size and facial design. This one is the basic design, this one is the cute but minimalist design, and I actually really appreciate their art. This artist makes me sick, like genuinely. Every section with this narrator design is awful. I mean it. The following is all of the websites and the artworks that I have discovered throughout researching this video to be either stolen or just uncredited. This Springtrap was made by Ghostkiller Alex on DeviantArt. This one comes from a How to Draw Springtrap article on DragoArt.com. The Fazbear Frights logo was made by Kaziran on DeviantArt. This house design was possibly inspired by the house design on FreePic.com. This Toy Foxy render was made by the Ray in 2802 on DeviantArt. This kid-friendly sign is from VectorStock.com. This Unwithered Golden Freddy model was made by Zonkasu on DeviantArt. This Balloon Boy art is from the YouTube's website for the Balloon Boy figurine. This battery icon comes from FlatIcon.com. This Springtrap comes from another How to Draw Springtrap website, iHeartCraftyThings.com. This Nightmare Fredbear art is just ripped straight from the True Madness mod by Noggin Studios for Minecraft Java. This Juicer, not Blender, art also comes from FreePic.com. This Elizabeth Afton photo, I'm honestly unsure. There are 2 sources I could find. The more popular instance of this photo is from a TikTok by Silly. There's also a cleaner photo on Ancestry.com under the name Elizabeth Afton, which is where I think the analyst got the photo for their video. The checklist is from FlatIcon.com. The photo of the FNAF crew is from TurboSquid.com. The spaghetti art is from Vexels.com. The Roxanne art is heavily inspired by the artwork by Jeff Kyler 14 on DeviantArt, and this is for Clip artmax.com. Now, am I saying taking art from readily available websites is bad, like stock websites? No, sorry. What I am highlighting are the ones made by other people without their permission. The FNAF crew photo is available for purchase for $47. Instead of paying for that, they just took it and put it in their video. The Roxanne one hurts me more while including the Nightmare Fredbear one, because instead of asking the permission of the original creators or just making their own Nightmare Fredbear or Roxanne Wolf drawing, they either copy someone else's or just steal their art outright. Instead of making unique Balloon Boy art, they just steal it from the YouTube's website. So I don't know, so on and so forth. If you would like to check out these websites and artworks out, they're all linked below. The question surrounding all of this is why? Why go through all the trouble of gathering assets, stealing art, not crediting different artists, and pumping out a new video every 3 to 4 days just to get basic facts wrong?
I know why. It's popularity.
This video was released on June 6th of 2025, just exactly 1 week before Secret of the Mimic. So while everyone had FNAF on their minds, they released a half-assed video to capitalize on it. And it worked. The video, right now, stands at a hefty 373,000 views. So why would they care if they're just gonna pump more content for money? In fact, to really show how much they just don't care or don't respect their audience, their most recent video uses AI art in the thumbnail. I don't know. Anyway, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, why not click like or maybe check out my Patreon. It's $1 a month, which grants you behind the scenes content and early access to upcoming videos. So thank you so much for watching. And as always, stay in school, don't be a fool, act so cool. Peace.